Good evening, everyone. How are you tonight? Give yourselves a big round of applause. Thanks for coming out on Monday. When I'm not chopping people's ear off or doing hair, I'm waiting tables and tending bar at a restaurant in Dunedin. And I work with a bartender named Norbert, who is Hungarian. So he has that kind of Eastern European cold sense of humor. So we're working behind the bar, getting really busy, and I take a to-go order from some people and they ask if I can get them some bread. So I bring it up to the front, and now it's in Norbert's way. So he says, Chris, what is this? And I said, it's bread. And he said, for what? And I said, to go. That's why I said a to-go box. I said, why are you asking me these questions, Norbert? And he goes, Chris, I will never ask you another question again. And he didn't for the rest of the night. He didn't ask me another question. I got home, I was having a cocktail in my backyard thinking, what was up with Norbert? You know, it just didn't seem to make sense. The next morning I go into work and Norbert says to me, Chris, I must owe you an apology. And I said, why, Norbert? What's the matter? I wondered what was wrong last night. He said, we were so busy and so crazy with the stupid people that I thought someone called in for bread to go. Nothing else. Oh. Just hi. So I said, really, Norbert? Well, that's okay because we both made each other laugh without being around last night. But I got home from work that night and I called and I said, hi, Lisa. Tell Norbert there's a to-go order on the phone. Don't tell him it's me. Hello? Hi. I'd like to place an order for takeout, please. What can I get you? And that's the way he talks. And he's very nice. He just doesn't sound it. So I said, I'd like some bread and some of that dipping oil you have. And he said, anything else? And I said, no, that's it. Just the bread to go. And he's like, who is this? Is this Chris? I said, no, but you're not allowed to ask me any questions. You said you'd never ask me another question again. We had a piano player come in the other night, a smaller man than me. And I tend to notice people being vertically challenged. I tend to notice people that are smaller than me. Not because I have a Napoleon complex. I think I make up for my shortness with a big personality. And he brings his piano in and puts the legs on it and stands it up all by himself. But the guy is so short, when you walk through the front door, you hear him playing the piano, you hear him singing, but you can't see him. So it looks like a player piano, that there's nobody behind him. And I said, you know, let's get back to the Marie's Crisis days, the piano bar in the village that I used to go to, and bring back the piano bar. We could sing Hello Dolly and No Business Like Show Business, and I said, hey Norbert, you could probably do Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I could just see Norbert at a piano bar. It would definitely be something you'd want to see. You know, last week we had to pray for the people in the Philippines. This week we have to pray for the people in Oklahoma. And I wonder, is Mother Nature trying to tell us something? Because she could shake us off like a bug. When we've polluted and destroyed this planet beyond belief, Mother Nature will wipe us out. But I had the natural phenomenon here this week of the sinkhole. I don't want to bring anybody down, but let's talk about sinkholes. The helicopters that hovered for hours above my house, I was a mile and a half from the sinkhole area. It was like being in Vietnam. That's all you heard all day was chopper noises all day long. And I wondered what they were doing up there, because there's not a lot of variables as to what a sinkhole is going to do. It's not going to close up. It may get bigger, and that pool did go in like a taco. If anybody watched the pool, that pool folded up and slid right down into it. And they mentioned the guy that had been killed in the sinkhole about 6 months ago. My sympathies and sorrow to his family. But when a sinkhole opens up underneath you, the only spot in your house, you're in bed, and you get swallowed up by the sinkhole, God wanted you. And when he wants you, he takes you. I wondered if the guy had like mugged an old lady, because that's the kind of thing God would open up a sinkhole underneath you if you had maybe robbed an elderly or a handicapped person. So I actually went outside. I went in front of my house. I ran out back. I think I'm in pretty good shape in my area as far as the sinkhole, but I don't weigh that much. I'm a petite thing, so you can't go by me. But I just can only imagine, they say now to listen for the snap, crackle, and pop. It is not the Rice Krispies guys. The people on the news that if you hear popping and hammering, now I've got a refrigerator that's got a little bit of a strange rattle. Every time I hear it now, I get up. I'm wondering, is this it? And I'll tell you what, with what I owe on my house, I would like to get swallowed up. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You have a good night. Here. I love holding a microphone. You can only imagine why, right? Doesn't have anything to do with being about 8 inches of black, does it? Big head.